Yep.
Yep.
Well, the last game was 13 nada, right? 7 innings.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah, like
14.
11 Ks, right?
Yeah.
You caught it.
Yeah.
A very pleasant good evening to you as we welcome you inside the Tower Grill on the campus of Arizona Christian University for the Storm Report, season number 3. This is episode number 23. I'm your program host, Kevin Derryberry. On the other end of this set is my broadcast partner for ACU football, Edward Cole. Eddie, EC, the money man. And then on the program here, joining us on our first set will be baseball players. We have Ryan Eastham here with us, as well as Adrian Santa Cruz, the pride of Phoenix Christian High School, is here with us, two-time state champion for the Cougs. And we'll visit with these two gentlemen. We'll talk a little baseball with the 17-14 ACU Firestorm. So we're going to take it to the diamond here to kick things off. And then in segment 2, we're going to go back to the sand. We're going to talk a little beach volleyball with Railey Dykstra. She'll be a guest on our program here tonight, as well as Alyssa Robles will join us. And then we'll go back to the diamond again. We're going to talk with CB Claire Buckley with Jaded Miles. So we'll talk with those two young ladies about the upstart season that Mike Maben's softball team is having. Without further ado, gentlemen, welcome to the broadcast. Adrian Santa Cruz and Ryan Eastham.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Ed, how are you tonight?
Good evening, KD. How you doing?
We're good. A little blustery outside, but another absolute gorgeous Arizona day. But
absolutely.
Let's talk a little baseball. First, congratulations, gentlemen, on a clean sweep over Menlo. That allows you to be 17-14, and winning 3 straight in conference has to give you a really good feeling as you sit here tonight, Adrian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. We went through, what was that, 5 in a row?
Yeah.
Yeah, we needed to bounce back for sure. But we're feeling good. The boys are firing now, starting to pull it all together. So, yeah, looking up.
What do you attest to the success over the weekend? I mean, you got great pitching from Eli Elliott. We'll talk about him in a second, but Ryan's obviously very significant in the production of the pitching staff, being the guy that's catching the majority of the innings. But you got some help there, of course. But let's take us through that vibe in that clubhouse to come away with those victories, and not only winning, but winning impressively, especially in the final game, 13-0.
For sure. I would say before the weekend started off, kind of Coach Mack and I guess just everybody kind of holding each other accountable, be like, all right, well, what are we going to do? It's kind of like a situation where our back's against the wall, and we could either respond or we could let it, take over.
Sure.
And we definitely put a stop to that, for sure.
Ryan, what's your thought on that process?
Yeah, I would say losing 5 in a row is never easy, obviously. And coming from practice and everything, we really kind of came to this weekend with a chip on our shoulder, kind of like, this is not us. We're going to change this now, and we're going to propel us towards the GSEC conference tournament pretty soon here. So. Yeah.
Ryan, this offense, 30 runs in 2 games, I think like 33 hits.
Yeah.
It's a prolific offense that anybody can eat in, like you yourself as well. How fun is it to be in this offense and just knowing that it can come from anybody? And any pitcher can get hit from any one of these guys. Anybody can get it.
Yeah, so it's nice to be in this offense because, guys are always going to be performing throughout 1 through 9. Everybody's going to be performing well. Guys are picking each other up. Some guys will have off days, but other guys will have crazy good days. And so it's good to know that guys got their back, and everybody's going to be swinging. Our team's really offense heavy, and we are swinging it really well this year.
One more for him, Kev. So you and I talked before for the broadcast. You came into that series 268 batting average. You walked out a 316 batting average, 7 for 8 in that series. So, like you said, it must have been like a beach ball, or the ball was coming really slow to you. So, how were you seeing the pitchers from Menlo? What was going through you that you were able to go off like that?
Yeah. So, starting at Hope, I didn't play very well. I was really frustrated with my performance at Hope, and I got with Coach Kincaid and Coach Marty too. Really helped my mental game and kind of changed my approach a little bit. My approach, I didn't seem really to have much of an approach, it seems, at Hope, reflecting the numbers I had that weekend. So got with Coach Kincaid. He fixed a couple things in my swing, and going to this last weekend really changed my mindset at the plate, trying to hit a line drive over the second baseman and just stay through the ball and not really pull off and just stay within myself, trust my swing and trust the coaches. Yeah.
How much was it mental as opposed to was it more mental for you? Because you've got the physicals there, obviously. Was it more just in your head that you were kind of in your own thoughts, in your own mind?
Yeah, it was a little bit in my head. Also, that weekend was really tough for me, and coming back from that, playing at Benedictine, I think that game was for sure more in my head. But from that, I had like one little minor physical mistake I was making over and over again, and Coach Kincaid saw that, took some video, and showed me what to fix, and that obviously changed everything. Yeah.
Ryan, you mentioned the mental approach. How are you able to separate the challenges at the plate and still being able to get back there and be part of calling a good game and catching a good game and navigate the pitching staff?
Baseball is great because it's not like other sports where you play the game and it's not like you don't have a break in between. So like when you're hitting, let's say you go 0 for on the day, but who cares because you still got the other side of baseball to pick yourself up. That's what's great about baseball is because you can have a pretty bad game at the dish, but for me as a catcher, I can go behind the dish and play well and pick up guys up and just say, screw what I just did hitting, but behind the dish, I can pick the team up and really push our team forward. You
still have that ability to make a contribution behind the dish.
Yeah.
So that's always positive. Adrian, my question for you, my next question for Adrian Santa Cruz, a one-time Cal State Bakerfield. We'll go with softball with this one. Can you remember any good places that you dined at in Baco?
In Bakersfield? No, I can't.
Nothing.
There was one.
The Rice Bowl. How about downtown, the Rice Bowl? No.
I could not even tell you. I kind of
must not have been that good.
We're out on the Rice Bowl.
Yeah.
Must not have been that good.
It's been there a long time. There's a place called Wool Growers. You remember Wool Growers?
I'd be lying if I said I didn't.
High end. They give you as an appetizer, just like just a straight up deal. They give you cow tongue, seasoned cow tongue.
Oh yeah, see, I'm good off that.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with that too.
You'd pass on that, Ed?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I would go that way. Let's talk about your season. I thought last year it kind of ended in a funky pattern for you, but I thought it was fantastic to see you come back to this program this year and have unfinished business, if you will. How's the year gone for you? How's your health and how are you throwing the ball and how's it coming out of your hand right
Honestly,
now?
this is the most fun I've had playing ball in a while.
Okay.
And it definitely helps going into the summer, just knowing that a lot of these guys are going to be coming back too, along with me, so I wouldn't be going through it with myself. And, yeah, just having my teammates, my boys, obviously my coaches, great support in my corner. And, honestly, yeah, I love it here. The chemistry that we have with this team is something that I haven't experienced in a while, and I'm very grateful to be a part of it.
And you feel good, the velo's there. We talked about the strikeout numbers. You're getting people out, so that's always successful, right?
Definitely, yeah, feeling good.
Yeah, Adrian, I was going to tell you about that. So 2 of your last 4 games, 11 strikeouts, about 30 strikeouts over the last 4 games. Your ERA is going down right now. So what are you seeing when you get up there on the hill? What's going through you physically and mentally that you can kind of turn it around? Of course, your first game against Mid-America Nazarene wasn't the best, but you've gotten gradually better over the course of the year.
For sure. I mean, that's the thing with baseball. I mean, you're going to have your bad days, and you got to realize that it's inevitable, and you got to know how to deal with it. And like I said, the support with my teammates, obviously always having my back. Like we mentioned it earlier with this offense that we have, man, like it's always picking us up somehow, and it's very nice to have for sure.
Guys like Marcus TTLEE come to mind. The franchise, I like to say in baseball, continues to break records, most home runs in the program's history, most RBIs now. It's nice to be able to know that you can throw strikes. You might get hit around in this conference. We've talked about that before the program, but you got big-time bats and a lot of offensive production behind you, including this guy right here who's really on a nice trajectory from a year ago to where you're hitting the ball now. Ryan, I see a lot of improvement over the course of time. So that's got to be a nice confidence boost for the entire organization.
Yeah, I've been working in DST a lot and being able to more so produce power. I had power before, I just didn't know how to use it. So working with DST and the coaches, it's been really nice to be able to kind of spray balls and, got a couple home runs on the air, which is nice too. So just getting, seeing the ball well and getting lucky pretty much.
When you talk about DST, if you would break that down a little bit, the acronym, if you will, tell us who that is. I don't know if it's a drive school or what it is, but it sounds like it's a hitting school or whatnot. But what are they teaching? What are they look at your body type, they look at your skill set, and they say, okay, we think your swing path should be here. What are they teaching you?
It's more so a lifting program right here, dynamic sports training. It's really nice because it's more so teaching you how to use your body to produce power. So you can lift weights and get big and all, but how are you going to use that towards baseball, and how are you going to be able to basically like turn your hips, get some power from your lower half, and not just swing with your arms kind of thing. So that's been really helping me, and I see a lot of guys, pitchers even too. It's really beneficial, so it's been nice to work out there and totally change my game.
Ryan, your position is really grueling. I mean, that catcher, in that stance, and you're running the offense, taking care of everything, defense and everything. How are you able to do that physically? No, you're down there, and you're doing that start after start after start. That is not an easy position to play.
Yeah, It's a fun position, man. I mean, I love just being able to see the whole field, see what's going on. We have the pitch comms now, which is kind of cool to hear what our coaches are telling us to do, and
Cool.
kind of having a good relationship with the pitcher is always fun too. Being able to know like how to talk to this guy when things are going good, and also things are not going so good. And having a relationship with the rest of the team and being able to kind of direct traffic, and I've just really enjoyed this position. And it's been funny because last few weeks I've been kind of getting beat up a lot, foul tips and getting stuff like that. And Coach West always jokes about that, like I'm a ball magnet. So at least I'm keeping in front sometimes. So, yeah.
And this is the point of the year when you're going to start taking shots, right? They're
Yeah.
going to start to mount up
Oh,
as you're on the back half of your season schedule. You're going to take some shots. And they say it's the tools of ignorance.
Yeah.
Somebody said that way back when.
Yeah.
So the idea is here, certainly nothing ignorant about Ryan Eastham, but the idea, you're going to put all that gear on and you're going to take shots through a 9-inning baseball game. In fact, in some cases, maybe you're playing too. Is TC getting some fair amount of work? Are you able to stay fresh with Troy Collins and others that are working with you in that catching department?
Yeah, for sure. And Troy's a great catcher. I mean, I love working with him, and even Dylan too. I was going to say, like, this year, out of the 3 years I've been here, this year it's been my favorite group of catchers. Like, we're so tight together, and we love hanging out, even outside of baseball, and we always get good work in. Like today we had some good blocking drills with Coach Kincaid, and we do drills and stuff, but it's all fun, and practice goes by so fast just with those three guys because we're always with the other catchers, and it's been a really fun year with those guys.
Your boys.
Yeah.
You guys are all boys.
Oh, for sure. We get so hyped when other guys are in, and when Troy's going off, I'm getting happy with Dylan, and we're just going off and just having a good year.
That's awesome.
Adrian, it's got to be so cool when you've got a guy like this right here, and you guys got that relationship, and you guys can kind of look at each other and just kind of know. You don't have. There's no words that need to be spoken.
Absolutely.
It's just you go up there and do your thing. Does he give you signals, or how do you guys kind of communicate and figure out what pitches you want to throw?
So obviously we'll talk in between innings, but like you mentioned earlier, we have the pitch comm now, which is exceptional because I'm the worst with signs.
So how does that work, Adrian, with the comms?
So yes, we just kind of just stick it in the hat, and then like every pitch, Coach Kincaid is calling it out, or either it's a pick play or like whatever the case may be, the next pitch, the sequencing. Yeah, so it's nice.
That's
For
next level technology.
Yes.
It's a little big league right there.
Yeah, that's big league. Yeah.
I'm going to touch on Eli Elliott in a second, but Ryan, I'm curious about catchers in this regard. We often hear about guys that throw smoke, especially in the big leagues or at the pro level. Everybody's throwing 95 to 100 right now. Have you had the experience to catch somebody throwing that hard? And then I don't think the catchers get the love because catching 105 or let's say 102 in the bigs, we just got out of spring training, so we're seeing a lot of live arms in the big leagues. But you catching 98 moving, that is not easy. How challenging is it to catch flamethrowers like Adrian Santa Cruz and Eli Elliott and among others on this staff?
Yeah, I mean,
Jackson Hohensie, etc.
I mean, it all starts in practice. I mean, we do drills that are purposely harder than it actually is to catch. Like we'll be catching tiny little frisbees that are like the size of a sand dollar practically, and we'll be doing little drills like that to get our hand-eye coordination well, and just catching a lot. I mean, there's really nothing you can really do except just keep catching to be able to handle that kind of speed. And I've caught some minor leaguers, and Daniel Camarena I got to catch one time when I was a freshman here. It was kind of fun because I was just the new freshman catcher, and everybody was like, hey, who wants to catch him? And I just raised my hand because I was like, plays on the Padres, pretty sweet. So I caught him, and that was probably one of the firmest throwers I've caught. I mean, I've caught guys in high school and travel ball teams that were just randomly throwing 95. So, I mean, it's not that bad.
Gas is gas now, right?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. I've got gas moving and ducking and dipping and rising.
Yeah.
It can't be easy.
No, it can't.
Yeah, drills like we do at baseball right now with Coach Kincaid. He has these foam balls, and he's just turning the what's it called? Machine up really fast.
Okay.
And he'll do this drill where he puts it in different spins and stuff, and it'll dive and duck, and we just have to react to it. It's pretty fun, but it's definitely hard. That helps a lot. Yeah,
that's fantastic. All right, the quick one on Eli Elliott. What's it like catching Eli? And then obviously he was the GSAC pitcher of the week this past week, which is congratulatory for him. But he picks up the dub in that win on the finale on Saturday, the second game. But 251, he is the strikeout leader here all time. What's that like catching that final one? Do you remember the sign? Do you remember the conversation through PitchCom? Take us through that moment where he achieved 251.
Yeah, it was funny because at first we were all like, I had no idea, honestly, what the record was or if he was even close. I knew he was one of the best pitchers in ACU history, obviously, but I didn't know what the number was or it was even close to being broken. And right before we went out, they're like, hey, like, you get one batter. And, like, Coach Mack was like, one batter, you strike him out, and you're good tonight. So we went out there. I was like, wow, I didn't even know this was a thing. So when we went out there, I was just like, hey, you got one option, Eli. Strike him out now. And so he didn't say a word, and he just went up there and struck him out pretty easily.
Was Eli aware of the moment at that point?
I think he was a little bit because I told him, like, hey, bro, like, you got to do this right now. You got one strikeout right here. Let's do it. And he was just like, I don't know. I think it might be the tying one. I'm not sure. I'm like, dude, just strike him out and we'll find out.
Yeah.
So he did that, and it was a pretty cool moment there. I got to hug him up on the mound, and he got to keep the ball and everything. So it was a pretty cool moment to be able to catch that ball and be his catcher that day.
That's phenomenal.
That is so cool. Last one for me, Ryan. Getting 10 wins in the GSAC, that's an achievement in itself. It's a tough conference. So what did it mean to win those 3 games at Menlo and sweep them and improve your conference record?
I mean, it was huge, honestly. From losing 5 in a row, it seemed like our team was kind of in a rut a little bit there. And getting after it at practice, coaches are talking to us and say, hey, this is not us. We need to change what's going on. And I think going into this weekend, we really had a chip on our shoulder and said, we got to win this tournament or this weekend right now to propel us back on the course we wanted to be on. So it was a huge win, and we're ready to get back after it this week and sweep this week and go back into the winning record.
Adrian, what's next up for you? Do you get the baseball in your next game, or are you strictly a weekend pitcher? Or will you take the baseball on a Tuesday if they ask you, or what's your next scheduled start?
So this year we've kind of bounced around and just done whatever. Obviously, I struggled a little bit here and there, and it was kind of just one of those things like, all right, we're going to figure out what works the best. And, yeah, I've done a couple midweeks, and it went well. And I have the ball this Thursday, I believe. Yeah, so it's going to be a good one.
Are you primarily starting? You mentioned some change a little bit. Do you feel comfortable only in a starting role? Is that where you prefer to be? Or
wherever coach needs me, whatever he asks me, I'm willing to do for sure. Starting is something that I've done my whole life. But like I said, I mean, whatever I'm asked to do, that's what we're doing.
Do you miss hitting at all with these guys,
Man, that's a little sore subject right there. Uh-oh. Yeah, no, we started off the year kind of swinging it. We actually started off in the fall swinging it too, but, couldn't hang on long enough.
Trouble with the curve.
Oh, man. Come on, man. Yeah, no, it was fun while it lasted, though, for sure. Got to show Ryan a couple things. So
yeah.
On how to swing the bat a little bit, huh?
Saw you bat flip in front of me right there when I was catching. I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Adrian's more of a trajectory guy. You're kind of going to be swinging. Your swing
I'm
going to be up.
Literally pulling every single thing. I don't even know what opposite field is.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, for sure.
Fantastic. That's Ryan Eastham. Adrian
Turn
Santa Cruz, our guest. The baseball team 17-14 right now, and they're in the thick of things in the GSAC conference. So, gentlemen, continued success for you guys going forward, and stay healthy. And that's obviously key for this baseball team. And we wish you guys well.
Absolutely,
for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, fellas.
Thank you, guys. We really appreciate it.
It's been our pleasure. We're going to take it to the beach. Surf's up a little bit. We're going to talk a little softball in our third segment. We're going to talk beach with Railey Dykstra. And who else is going to be coming up with us? We know we have Alyssa Robles is here in the building. We're going to talk a little beach volleyball straight ahead. Don't go away. We welcome you back inside the Tower Grill on the campus of ACU. I'm Kevin Derryberry alongside Ed Cole. And joining us on the set, Alyssa Robles from ACU's women's beach volleyball team. We only have one team, the beach volleyball team. The ladies are at center stage with that. And then, of course, Railey Dykstra, the pride of Independence High School, a one-time Patriot in the Dale, Avondale in this case. How about it, Railey? Welcome to the broadcast.
Thanks for having me.
Alyssa, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You guys are clad in red, and it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a team shirt.
Did you coordinate that?
Yes,
No.
we did.
No?
We did.
She said yes, you said no.
Oh,
So.
sorry, I didn't go along with
Okay.
it. So that's me.
Amaya, what's up with this?
Twinning is winning, indeed.
We're twinning, so nobody can tell us apart.
That's right.
Twinning.
Basically.
Yeah.
When you're number 3 in the nation, you can dictate your dress code, and that's what these ladies are doing here.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks good. Under Armour, of course. What's been going well for you, Alyssa, on this 12-10 campaign? We just mentioned number 3 in the country. A lot of excitement in your court, if you will. No pun intended. What's going on for you?
I would say our team culture is the main thing. We have just been going up, and I think we started at probably like very low, at a low point, and we just exponentially grew.
Okay. Exponentially, that's a big word right
Yeah.
there for you, Railey. You can pick up on that right there.
Yeah, I just, like Alyssa said, we did start a little slow, but as we grew together and talked it out, girls, we need to talk things out all the time to grow, and we just found a goal and that we all wanted, and we still all want to find, and we're heading towards it.
For you, Railey, in the realm of height, 5'8", that's considered a pretty tall girl, right, in volleyball, or is that?
No.
Not at all.
No,
Okay.
no. I'm still just average
Where
size.
does that height and being advantage come into play? We're at 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot? Where's that?
I would say around like 5'10", 6
Okay.
foot. I mean, I'm a pretty short blocker. Typically, like the best like big blockers like 5'10" and above. But for my size, I think I do pretty well with it.
She
and
gets up.
Yeah.
We're going to say, we're just
Yeah,
getting ready to say,
vertical.
you've got to have some bounce
Yeah.
in order to
little
do
bit,
that.
little bit.
The bunnies.
Yeah.
For fun, because Ed and I do not have a vertical to speak of.
Nope.
What would be something that we could boast about Railey Dykstra's vertical?
Oh, what was my last PR, Amaya? Like,
She's not paying attention.
Oh,
You're
she's
back on
scrapbooking
again.
right
She's
now.
scrapbooking.
Amaya,
I
you're-
think
What's her PR?
for vert,
We need to get Amaya a third headset.
I think it was. Huh?
41.2.
41.2.
Oh, that's getting up.
Wow, that's up there.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
that's
think that's-
bounce.
Wow.
She be getting
It
elbow.
was 39.9. There it is,
Could
39.9,
you
almost 40.
Yeah, the 10-foot rim. That's a little high. That's a little bit high up there. But still, that's pretty impressive, Railey.
Thanks.
That's
Thank
really
you.
impressive. So, Alyssa, for you went back down to your stomping grounds, back to Tucson for that invitational. How cool was it to go back home? I know this is your freshman year, but going back down on campus at the U of A to go back down there for the invitational, how cool was it to go back home?
It was so nice, especially seeing all my family there coming to support. I got to play back on the U of A courts. I played for Melissa Walker in Walker Beach, so it was really cool to be back on those courts again.
And Railey, I know it didn't work out well for the team, but still, I like the word validation in the recap of the article for for you. How did you think the overall weekend went playing against 4 Division I teams?
Oh, I think our team competed very well. I think it's some of the best playing we've ever done, honestly. And, our girls, as it was shown, we play up to the competition we're held at. And, like, as you can read there, Misty McCall and Mia Sheepins, they went phenomenally. They finished our tournament beating University of Missouri and taking U of A to 3 sets. So it was great to see that happen. And then Amaya and Emily taking down Santa Clara.
Santa Clara.
Or UTEP.
Was it
yeah.
UTEP? Yeah.
Yeah. Just, it was great to see all our girls compete and have like really close scores with those big schools. So very proud.
I
did
think we
great.
learned last week that the girls took a set away from the girls at El Paso. You guys took a set right there, took a game, and then you did the same thing against Missouri State. So you're finding some positive in a challenging weekend. But again, you got to play Division I programs, which gives you a measuring stick, kind of a barometer of where you ladies are at. What was your takeaways there in that regard, Alyssa?
It was so cool to see us play at a high level, and especially against the game of U of A. We lost the third set 16-14.
Oh, wow.
And it was just crazy, point to point, and fighting the battles. And I think we mentally broke down some of those D1 teams, just putting up a fight as an NA school.
Just the being resilient and the continuous fight put some doubt in the other team's mindset, huh? That's, you're making inroads when you're doing that, Ed.
Yeah. So going up against them, was it what you thought it was going to be? Was the competition, was it D1 level, or
Yeah.
was it what you expected going down to Tucson?
Yes, those girls are talented. They're amazing. They deserve to be where they're at. And then I'm just glad we held up to the challenge and took our own, went full out. Yeah.
You teaming up with Eliana?
Yes.
I got it right this time, Kevin.
Eliana Cho. Yeah.
Elena.
Yeah, I got it wrong last week, but
Elena.
Yes.
Elena.
Eliana Cho. That's how you pronounce her name?
Yes.
I got that right this week. So how are you building the relationship with Eliana over the course of the season? How are you two working together so far?
Oh, since we were put together, I think we've just shown pretty fast growth. Everything takes a while, a partnership. It involves more than just skill. It involves chemistry and getting along with the person you're playing with. So, of course, that takes time, but I think me and Ellie just meshed and just pulled it together for the team. So I enjoyed playing with her.
Chemistry and communication, right?
Yes, exactly that.
See, so Ed, I still had Railey playing with Sydney Shaw in the threes, but we made that change a couple weeks back, right?
Yes, we did. I love playing with Sydney. Me and Sydney came in at the same time, freshman year together, and she's actually one of the seniors we're going to be celebrating this Saturday.
Okay.
But, yeah, Coach made the executive decision to do what was best for the team, and splitting us up, we still look good, so proud of us.
You mentioned the seniors. What kind of seniors and who are the ladies that you will be celebrating this weekend?
Oh, hurts my heart to say, our very own Amaya Brown,
Amaya.
team captain,
Mom.
best leader,
Best caller,
mother.
Mom, indeed.
Yeah, and we also have Missy McCall, who is one of my previous partners as well.
Okay.
And, Sydney and Nina Bejarano. Yeah, love her to death.
One of the great things about playing collegiate athletics is, and we heard it from the baseball players, just the camaraderie and the relationship that you develop here in college, and most of them and many of them turn into lifelong relationships. That's got to be
Yes.
very rewarding for both you ladies.
We've just built
100%.
so many great friendships, even Alyssa here, my
Yeah.
little sister like that. Yeah, she's great. And all our girls, we just get along very well and act like a little family. And we all agree about that, so that's great.
The travel definitely helped with that.
Oh, yeah.
Traveling as a team,
Yeah.
sleeping together, all the fun little adventures we went through definitely built the team culture.
Great bonding.
100%.
Great bonding.
You go ahead, Ed.
So I was going to ask you, how was the ride down to Tucson? You said that the rides would really bring you together. Every athlete we come on here, they talk about the road trips and how much fun they are. So what was that trip like down there and back up to help build that morale and boost up your chemistry, the chemistry you talk about,
Yeah.
really?
You want to start? I can start.
I got you.
Okay, go ahead.
So we have minivans that we take, and since I'm the tiniest, and as well as Railey, we're in the back of the bus. But we love it. We cuddle.
Oh, yeah.
We laugh. I'm on charge of music, so I love it. We just bond over music. We talk.
Make up
we
funny
play
little road games.
Yes, we play a lot
Like?
of fun road games.
Oh, we call it the name game
Yeah.
in our car.
So you have to pick an item, which is a person, place, or thing, and we have to ask questions in order to figure it out.
Yeah, that's
It's
one
pretty
of
fun.
them. It's fun.
What would
Always
be
good
a
time.
typical character or person that you would bring up in the name game? Would be a celeb? Would it be? Would you be talking about Mom, Amaya over here, Amaya Brown, or
Amaya had the weirdest items
does.
to think of.
She tries to think
it
out
was
of the
so
box.
weird. One of them was what? Which one did you pick, Amaya, that had us all stumped?
something that was thought
Oh,
provoking?
a sticker. It
There was
stumped
a
us all.
sticker.
She
There was
really
another
got
thing.
us.
She was thinking of a plant. Oh, a Venus flytrap.
Venus flytrap.
Yeah.
Just random things. That was funny.
Oh yeah, Venus flytrap. We didn't expect that to be on the broadcast tonight, Payne. Honestly, we did not expect that.
Alyssa, so you're a success down at South Point Catholic. You got 2 back-to-back state championships. How did that prepare you to come up to this next level here with the Lady Firestorm?
My coach down in Tucson.
Or I should say the Sandy Birds. Yes.
Sandstorm.
My coach down in Tucson, Heather Martin Moore, really prepared us because she just had such a rigorous schedule, and it was just competing every day, weights every day, and just having that mentality of being a state champion really prepared me coming here and just wanting to grind and win and having that mentality of winning a national championship here.
South Point Catholic is a legitimate power school.
100%.
Yes,
And
it is.
Any sport that you're going to compete in, there's a lot of other, to quote unquote, dogs out there too, right? So you got to really earn your stripes if you're going to compete at South Point Catholic, let alone for Coach Moore.
100%. Yeah, and she is done such a great program. She's built it up from the ground up, indoor, taking state championships there, and beach now continuing on, hopefully to push for a third this year.
And I know they were vying for a state title just a year ago in the beach circuit, right?
Yes.
If they didn't win it, I know they were right there close. The quarterback's little sister is
Rylan Bourget.
The Bourget family is incredibly talented.
100%.
And then this young lady, was it Rylan? She might be one of the most elite athletes in the female category coming out of South Point Catholic. She's pretty impressive.
100%. She committed to ASU, but decommitted to go to the Olympics for flag football.
Oh, she did.
So-
Okay, I knew she was a quarterback
Yeah.
too. This young lady can
Whoa.
sling it. And we talk about the other Bourgets being great quarterbacks. The little sister might be the best of them all.
Oh,
That's what
by
they're saying,
far. By
which is
far.
pretty impressive. You got Trenton and the rest of the group. So I'm curious. We talked about this a little bit last week, but Mesa Community College is next up on the slate. But right after that, you get Ottawa. I know we can't. What is it? What is it? Lead the cart before the horse? That's what I want
Yeah.
to say. But Ottawa, number 1 in the country. You guys are sitting at number 3. Again, we're repeating this from a week ago, but what's it like to take on OUAZ? It's not just any other match, but there's something at stake for this one.
Yeah, it's a rival game, you know.
Right.
There's a lot of emotion and extra competitiveness around it. So, but we're excited. I mean, the first time we played them, we lost, but I think this time they have another thing coming at them.
When you say the extra competitiveness, take us through that. What's the extra? We see normal competitive fire, but this one's got some substance behind it, right? It's the backyard. Not really a backyard brawl, but it's a territorial cup.
It's
kind
a
of thing.
rivalry.
Oh, yeah, it's a rivalry. You know, we're the only Arizona teams in our conference, and right now sitting at the top together, 1 and 2. So, I don't know, we want that number 1 spot, and the goal is to take it, but we'll see.
Now, if you play Ottawa at Victory Lane, and then and that's on Senior Day,
Yes.
the day you'll celebrate your seniors. But then you get the GSAC championships in Huntington Beach right after that. So you could very well see Ottawa again in short
yeah.
order.
Yes,
100%.
and which we will, because I know for sure it's Ottawa first, us second, and Masters, Hope, and Vanguard competing for 3rd and 4th, and only 4 teams out of our conference go to that championship.
Okay.
So we'll definitely see them again.
So should that happen, what's the preparation like, knowing that you've just played them and then you're going to turn around and play them again? Is there that, depending on how the matches go, is that much more changes or preparation that you have to do as far as film preparation, or how you mentally prepare to face a team a second time within a short amount of time?
Yeah, I think the main mentality is always to go out there, give our best, and try to win. But in regards to Ottawa, seeing them second, it's just learn from what our previous matches, or in this case, our future match on 30th is going to be like, and finding out what works and what doesn't work, and go from there.
We talk about the court and the playing surface at Victory Lane. I'm thinking that's a surface that it's not a deep sand pit. You guys are able to play up top a little bit and kind of maintain that bounce that we talk about a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Home court advantage for sure.
Yeah.
That's not as, I want to say, sugary as the other sands we've been playing on so far.
Does the weather enter the equation as far as what kind of success you may or may not have based on the conditions of the weather, whether it be blustery or overcast, or what would be some things that would provide obstacles for you in that circumstance?
I would say on senior night it is supposed to rain.
Okay.
So that will be an obstacle, as well as it's supposed to be a bit breezy. So the wind always takes a big factor into our play, just because of the fact that you serve and the ball is just manipulated in the wind. We call her Gail. So
Yeah.
Gail.
Gail's in the chat.
What are the
Yeah.
challenges about playing in precipitation?
Probably just the fact that it's hard to see when it's coming right.
So clarity?
Yeah,
All right.
clarity, 100%. So
Interesting.
that will be a big factor.
And
Especially.
does the sand get thicker? How does the sand work out when it rains like
It'll
that?
get a little muddy.
Does it?
So
Yeah.
you
More
dive
compact.
and it just sticks to you. Yeah.
The dirty part.
But it's nice
the
because
bad
it is more compact, so you can get up a little more.
Okay, but you just come out dirty.
Yeah, the worst
So-
part about it.
Rayleigh, I'm always trying to get educated here and become better based on these types of conversations. The sugary adjective as it relates to the sand. I mean, I kind of have an idea, but maybe I really don't know what I'm talking about. Elaborate on that a little bit.
It is as it sounds like.
Okay.
Compared to Victory, I know Legacy is the deepest sand for beach courts in America, and the best way we describe it is it feels like you're walking on sugar.
Okay.
Like you'll be sinking through it.
I see.
And it's harder to move in if it's more sugary.
Right.
That's just how I call it.
I
or
see.
Some of us, but
Not good for you or I, Ed,
Nope.
on the beach
it's
circuit.
tiring.
Yeah.
It's tiring.
Extremely.
For sure.
You get a little workout on the calves, the lower extremities,
Oh, yeah.
lower back, everything, right? You speaking of condition, after a match, do you go in for treatment? Are you feeling pretty good after a match? Well, how the body's holding up at this time of the year?
Pretty tired.
Yeah,
we
Fatigued?
come out very tired and sore. Like I know from this past weekend, we had today off, a recovery day. We
Okay.
rolled out, we stretched a bit, just got our bodies back and ready for tomorrow to start
Gotcha.
practicing
I
hard.
think our coach makes sure that our bodies are well rested and recovered, and she likes to hear our feedback about it.
Okay.
So she made us have like mandatory stretching days at DST, and yeah, it's well.
That's a new term we learned earlier from
Yep.
Ryan Eastham.
DST, yeah.
Dynamic sports training.
Making huge impacts on the campus here in Glendale.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Ed, what else do you have for Railey and Alyssa Robles?
Payne, give us the wrap-up sign, so let's let these young ladies
All
go.
right, my last one here for Alyssa. She enjoys singing, drawing, and dancing.
Yes.
Do you do any of those in front of your teammates?
Oh, all the time. And she challenges every school that we lose to a dance battle. And we beat
So
them in one way or
Railey's
another.
got some dance
okay.
moves?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She sings in the car, and I'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
challenging everybody to do dance battles. So.
Yeah.
All right, we know that there's some regulations as far as it relates to music on campus. How about when you're in the car? Is it a free-for-all? Can you play any kind of music you want, or do you still maintain the restrictions on
We
campus?
maintain those restrictions.
Dynamic sports training. Have you been to DST? Claire, have you been to DST?
Yes, I'm sorry. No.
Claire, is that right? They said you were flexing your muscles this weekend. Is that true?
Flexing my muscles.
7 RBIs, you would be.
So in a two-game, you had 7 steaks, including a salami.
Yeah, that did happen.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, that happened.
We're living in the now right there, right?
Yeah.
That's the now. Okay. No, 1 second.
No.
Oh, I gotta hold on. I'm
Claire
stuck behind this
Buckley.
pole. All right. Now or never.
Okay. You guys ready?
Now we're ready.
We welcome you back inside the Tower Grill on the campus of Arizona Christian University. I'm Kevin Derryberry alongside Ed Cole. Claire Buckley is to Ed's immediate right, and Jaden Miles is to my immediate left. And Jaden, as always, we like to let everybody know, because we haven't ever shared this before, how you spell your first name. It's not it's not the typical spelling of Jaden. It's Jyden.
Yes.
I'm guessing that mom and dad wanted to be a little bit unique. Take us through the naming of their youngest daughter, of their newborn.
Okay. Maya, my sister.
Back of the day, yeah, when your
Okay.
parents had you. How they arrive at your name.
Okay, my name. Okay, so my dad actually named me, not
Okay.
my mom. He just wanted to be unique. He was feeling a little
out of the blue. So he just went Jyden, and I was like, okay. Now everybody calls me Jyden, which is fine. But yeah, it's Jaden. It's great.
Just took the A away, huh?
Yeah. He wanted to give me a little struggle. It's okay.
Who would have known back then that everyone would start to call you Jyden and you would end up being a Jyden? That's crazy. But we know here. We all know here on campus it's
Yes.
Jaden.
I think it's a cool name.
And let's be honest, when you're hitting 421, it's got to be Mrs. Miles, quite frankly. What's it like right now? We talked about Ryan Eastham. I think Ed pointed out that Ryan Eastham was seeing the baseball, and it was like a grapefruit for him, or a beach ball, I think he said. What's the ball looking like for you size-wise right now? What's a good comparison?
Right now, I'm hitting the ball pretty good.
Okay.
I'm seeing it really well, trying to focus on staying close. I was struggling the past couple weeks, but I think I'm seeing the ball way better than I was earlier the past couple weeks. So.
And I'm going to sneak this one in because you never know how the timing is going to be, because Claire Buckley, she could steal a show. She very well could.
She does.
She's a show stealer.
Jaden, we got to talk about some of the maintenance challenges that we have on campus. Speaking with the Director of Sports Medicine, Travis Armstrong, has indicated to us that we have some softball-sized holes in the side of the event center due to BP and due to Jaden Miles slap hitting. And so I'm just curious, have they approached you about getting a little help for the patch-up kits?
Not particularly. They're probably all foul balls because I'm just like freaking knocking them away. But no, I'm okay right now.
That's part of the process. When you're a slap hitter, you're gonna see a lot of pitches, and you're gonna spoil a lot of pitches too, right? Yeah, it's all part of the process. Ed.
Yeah.
Jaden, did you know you were doing that much damage on campus?
No, not really. I try to stay in my zone.
Stay in your zone.
Stay in my lane.
Makes sense.
Speaking of somebody in the zone, this young lady over the weekend, 7 RBIs against Menlo. You were really seeing the ball. It must have been like a beach volleyball for you. Talk about the 2 days you had against Menlo. You had an explosion offensively.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of had this overwhelming confidence. Just kind of, I had a lot of peace. I had a lot of calmness. And when you got her right in front of me, and just kind of, our whole lineup right now is just kind of smashing the ball, which is really fun to see. And then in the circle, Sav, Dana, Trin, Brooke, like they're all doing their jobs. And then on defense, like we're just really firing on all cylinders right now, which is really cool to see. So.
Sav. Yeah, she's pretty good.
Yeah, Sav's
Absolutely.
really good.
Absolutely.
A legend.
Yeah.
She's really good.
Claire, for you, I like to get to the academics at some point, but voted GSC Academic All-American. That's at the top of the list right there. You can do a lot of things. You can hit the ball over the fence. You can backhand them. You can make a ton of plays. And you can win a lot of games, 21-11 for this Mike Maben-led softball team. But academic All-American, that's at the top right there. Congratulations to you.
Thank
That
you.
can't be very easy. What kind of subjects are you having this type of success in? What are you studying?
So I graduated in May with my bachelor's in interdisciplinary studies. So I did sports management and secondary education.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and you've turned it into an All-American type status. And then NAIA honorable mention, all GSAC Gold Glove shortstop. You also get it down on the field. That's what we call a two-way player, in the classroom and on the field.
Just trying my best out here.
She's so humble. I'm just trying my best.
Her best is pretty good.
Yes.
You mentioned the Grand Slam over the weekend. That's pretty
Yes.
nice.
Jade, I want to ask you, excuse me, I want to ask you about Dana Herrera. She got her second GSAC Player of the Week. How good is this young lady? And what is she showing? And what kind of example is she being for you and your sisters that she's can go out here and get a second GSAC Player of the Week?
She's amazing. I mean, when she steps on that plate, like, she is dominant. She's having a lot of fun. Like, even when she throws, like, a bad pitch, like, she'll turn around and make faces at us. Like, she does not care. Like, she's getting after every single batter, and it's something that's very, like, influential. Like, it's like, okay, yeah, like, we're just having fun here, you know? And it just makes us, like, remember, like, why we're actually here in the first place. You know, we're here to glorify God and just do the best that we can do. And she's doing exactly that and even more. So I'm really proud of her.
Jada Miles, Claire Buckley, our guests here on the program. You two ladies share a statistic where you have the exact same number. Do you have any idea what that statistic might be? You both
I have no clue.
You both have 49 in this category. You're both tied at 49 total bases. That's pretty impressive for both of you as well. 49 total bases. In fact, just to put that perspective for Jada Miles, she leads the squad with 45 hits, which is a nice number.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's how you get 421. Now, Miranda Hippolito, she's providing the sock this year, huh?
Yeah.
Where do you think this power surge is coming from your backstop, your catcher, Miranda Hippolito, who's been a guest, and she's also does a great job helping out all our broadcasts and behind the scenes. She, too, is one of those people that's selfless.
Yeah, I think you can just kind of see she's just totally free. Like, just when she steps into the box, you can just see she's in complete control. She's not. We talk about playing a faceless name, and she is owning that. It didn't matter who she was going to face. Like, you can just tell that she just wants to rip the ball, and she will. She will. So
one spot, one location, one swing, results.
absolutely.
You got to simplify it sometimes, EC.
Yep. Jaden, for you, 130 games played in 3 years, 130 starts. How are you able to maintain this level of performance and achievement over the course of 3 years, over 3 grueling seasons of softball? How are you able to do that just mentally and physically?
I kind of talked this a little bit last time when we were here, but just I did hurt my arm a little bit just doing I think it was last fall or something, sophomore year. But I was just kind of doing a little bit of rehab. It's feeling much better now. I think that I moved into the infield with my arm slot. But honestly, just chilling, icing it, stretching it, really focusing on the stretching is kind of the main thing for me. Just band work is very important for me. So.
And I know we talked a couple weeks ago also about the mental aspect of being able to play through 3 seasons, like you said, with injuries and pain. You got to suck that stuff up and just go out there and play for the sake of the team, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right now, I'm really just focused on. I'm almost done with softball, and so I'm really just focused on having fun. Taking every moment, not taking every moment for granted, and just living in the moment.
What have you learned from a star like Claire over your time here?
I've learned a lot. She's such a leader on and off the field, and it's just something that I aspire to be right now. She is a great friend, first off, okay? Like, off the field, I'm like, oh, my God. No, but she's a jokester, too. Don't even get me wrong. But she's a great friend. You can just see by the results, she's smacking the ball, so it just really pushes me to do my absolute best. And I think we're just a great team, and I just love it so much. That's funny.
There's another award that Claire received, and that was the Westfall Award, Female Athlete of the Year on campus a season ago. That, too, is just, that separates you. That's quite an accomplishment with so many talented student athletes on this campus. To be, set apart by your peers is pretty impressive. So another congratulations to you, Claire.
Thank you.
It's like the Claire Buck. We're just going to congratulate Claire.
It's a Claire Buckley
program.
show.
But I want to ask Claire how you prepare with being a Gold Glove defender wherever they put you, and then having the electric bat an over 300 average in your career at ACU with all the power and one scoring capability that you have. How do you take us through a day in the life of Claire on the field, if you would? So you get dressed, you come out, and then you take ground balls first. What do? Do you hit? Take us through the science behind how you have this success.
The science? So I don't know if there's necessarily science. I think the way that Coach Maven approaches practices, it's a lot, especially now, like in the middle of season, in the middle of we just finished our first half of conference, so it's a lot more independent. Like, yes, we have our coach like rolling us, hitting ground balls, doing whatever, but like we have to be focused on what we want to accomplish that day. So it's like even when we're hitting, me and Jay often hit pretty often together, and we just like talking through, hey, like today I'm going to work on this, or this week this is what I'm working on. And so it's kind of like, well, for me, I like to vocalize things. So I'll be like, hey, Jay, this is what I'm doing today. She's like, okay, great. And I'm like, yeah, cool, glad you got it. and then defense is just a lot of communication. Like, hey, did you see, like, how's my hinge? Is my hinge going well? Are my feet, yep, are my feet moving forward? And so just we talked about simplifying it. So just getting very particular on, okay, if my palm isn't hinged, then how can I expect my feet to react appropriately? So just like really breaking it down and not making it so big, and just, simplifying it, I guess. I know that it wasn't a day in the life, but that's the best, I guess, I can give you.
There was some, with a hinge, that's a scientific type.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I guess I could ask the question a little bit better, but I'm thinking in terms of, and I want to bring up this guy's name because Tim's going to look at me funny, but I say Mookie Betts because Mookie plays a Gold Glove defense, and he's also an amazing hitter, but he spends a little time in the cage, and then he takes some time taking ground balls at short, takes ground balls at second, and then he takes fly balls in right field. So I was just curious how you kind of break up your time when it comes to offense and defense.
I would say it's split pretty evenly. I feel like, I would say it's split pretty evenly.
Okay.
I love defense. That's like I would choose defense over offense any day of the week. I don't know why.
Really?
It's just I don't know why. I just love it. It's just so freeing, so fun. There's people next to you get to mess around with.
Shortstop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great spot.
Yeah.
That's the hot spot right there.
I mean, if I was going to play, I'd play shortstop.
I love to play shortstop. Yes.
It's fun.
So, Jaden, you played 32 games this year. Throughout the course of the season, from game 1 to 32, how do you make adjustments from game to game and just continue to up your game from, say, there's a bad stretch of games when you're not hitting that well or your fielding's not up to par or where it should be? What do you do to mentally psych yourself back up to get back into it, or do you not even get down mentally? You just go back out there, okay, time for the next game?
It's more like time for the next game. I try to not really think all too much about everything, but there are a lot of like competitive pitchers right now in our conference, and so I think just going game by game, I'm like, okay, this game, she's pitching a lot of outside, just going to go with it and just hit in the holes. I mean, I'm going to try my best, but if I'm not having a good week, I really just try to clear my head, focused on, like this past week, I was really focusing on my power slaps, hitting it through the infield, and then I think I executed that pretty well this past weekend.
Yeah, you did.
So just making sure that I'm making that adjustment throughout practice and really just focusing down on the mechanics.
Jaden, do you want to hit a home run?
I would love to.
Yeah, you would.
Slap a home run though, like not regular, like slap.
So you don't want to pull it. You don't want to yank something inside
No,
like a high.
oppo.
She wants to slap
You want
it.
to go the other.
Yeah, I only see this way.
And that's going to be one of the more difficult home runs to achieve, going the other way. So all right, but if a little rise ball, a little change up hangs inside, you don't want to just open it up
Nah.
and pull it.
No.
Okay, all right.
Not my vibe.
Claire, I'm guessing that you like to hit home runs also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fun.
And you like to hit grand slams as well, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
those are cool, yeah.
How many? Do you have any idea how many grand slams do you have in your career? Is it more than one? Is it plural?
I think it's 2. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
2 or 3?
Tim G saying.
Okay.
it's-
You may have 3.
I have no idea. I thought it was 2.
Now,
but
when
yeah.
you hit a slam, do you do anything with the bat? Do you just drop it? Is it routine
No.
for you, or do you pimp it a little bit?
You
or
know,
how do you-
I'm not a huge, bat flips, absolutely not. Like, I'm not down for
Okay.
those.
All
The
right.
bat
That's fair.
slams, they're fragile. I don't want to break them. And
Yeah.
that's just not for me. And I just kind of run around and go to my teammates at the dugout.
you kind of act like you've been there before. It's routine. Big flies.
Yeah, but I feel like it's more fun to, celebrate with your teammates. Like, once,
Sure.
I could remember so vividly stepping on home, and the first person I saw was her face. She was like, "Let's go!" And I was like, "Yeah, let's
So
go."
hype. It's awesome.
That is
So
awesome.
that fires me up. Yeah, I love that.
That's got to be one of the more common phrases we see in camera now.
Let's
is,
go.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
Yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Claire, of all your 21 home runs, did you know that they were no doubters, or were there some that just barely got over the outfield wall? Some of them just okay, it's going.
There's definitely been some where I was cooking it around second because I had no idea that it was gone. And then coach was like, "Hey, no," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, I had no idea. So yeah, there has been a few, but yeah, I don't know. I just swing and run. That's all. Yeah.
Was that grand slam a no doubter?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it felt really good off the bat, and I was like,
It
"Oh
looked
wow!"
good.
But their field is kind of deceiving because it's a soccer field / softball field. So I don't know. Yeah, but it was fun. Yeah.
She smashed it.
Did she?
Yeah.
It's a tank, Ed. We learned that term last week, right? One of your teammates was describing tanks for us last week. Yes.
Thanks.
All right. So my last one for Claire would be. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to give this one to Jaden because I already had this one premeditated. I had read in your bio that you like to bake.
Bake, yes.
Bake, which is kind of different, right? We different people like to do different things, and Jaden likes to bake. So I'm curious, when we had you on a couple weeks ago, we didn't mention anything about baking, did we? Okay, good. Then I'm free to go ahead and ask the next question. What would you, if you had to bake something for the team, you had 24 hours, we'll put you on like that, a cooking show or something like that, but what would you prepare for your team?
Oh my gosh. I just like making cupcakes, like with my little sister back at home. She likes to do a whole bunch of stuff, so I just try to like follow her along and do whatever she wants to do. But we like to make cupcakes. I also like making brownies.
Okay.
Just right out of the box, I mean.
So if you're going to go cupcakes, is it going to be vanilla, strawberry, cherry chip?
Chocolate. I just go for a plain chocolate.
Yes.
A nice little chocolate, vanilla frosting.
Chocolate, no frosting.
Vanilla frosting.
Oh, vanilla frosting on the chocolate cake. Okay, all right.
Did you put anything inside the cupcake, or is it just the chocolate?
Just chocolate.
You don't inject anything in there?
No.
No frosting or anything.
Claire, if you were helping out Jaden in the kitchen, would you put on a what do you call those
Apron?
things? Yeah,
Apron.
yeah.
Would I put one on?
Yeah, would you wear an apron?
No, probably not.
I would make her.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I mean, I would help. I would sprinkle some chocolate chips in there. But
Okay.
And then she grab a plate, Kevin. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I was thinking I could boast my culinary acumen, but without even knowing what an apron is or how to say that, I whiffed on that one. But
Yeah.
okay, very good. Well, there you go. Jaden would like to make some cupcakes. That'd
I
be
would
cool.
love to.
Yeah,
that would be
I would
cool.
love you too.
That'd be awesome.
we should challenge Jaden to do that.
Oh my
Challenge
gosh.
accepted.
If you're are you both superstitious? Either one of you superstitious? Because what if you started to win when you brought cupcakes? All of a sudden, this thing just went crazy.
Yeah, you have to make it all the time.
Cupcakes every weekend is crazy.
Yeah. That's a lot of cupcakes.
Could you do
Coach
it?
would kill me.
Yeah, he would after the games. After the games.
Can you make them on campus, or would you have to get some help from your sister at home?
I would probably have to get some help from my sister.
Okay.
She would gladly do it.
All right.
She would gladly do it.
EC, take it away.
Kev, I'm good. I think I'm all questioned out.
We're getting the look from Payne
Got the wrap up
Roses.
sign too. Yep.
Saying we got a minute or so, but all right. Who's next on the docket? What's next on our schedule? We got to get some. We need to continue having success. 6-4 in conference play. 9-9 at home. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. It's interesting that you're 9-9 at home, but you're getting it done away from the confines. 9-1 and coming back for a nice win over Menlo again this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The road. It's not road woes. It's road success.
Warriors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you attribute that to?
No idea.
Really?
I think
Just the singing and being relaxed.
I mean, I feel like I feel like there's like a sense of, we put it on ourselves, but I feel like there's a sense of pressure when you're at home to protect it. Like you kind of, you just got to like, don't get swept on your own field. Don't, you know what I'm saying? And then like you go to someone else's home and you're like, we got nothing to lose. Like we're going to go out here and do it. And I guess that's just working out for us. So I feel like we have to, which I'm more talking about myself, I feel like we have to like turn that pressure around on the home field where it's just like, okay, like we know this turf better than anyone else. We know how the backstop bounces off. So just kind of using that as an advantage. So
it makes sense to go in there and be relaxed and us against the world. We're cool. We can go with that mindset. But when you play at home, you're supposed to be. You're eating your own food. You're sleeping in your own bed.
We love adversity. That's what it is.
You know the lay of the land, right? You know the
Yeah.
hops are around
Yeah.
the field. You know the weird places the ball's going to carry them differently. So you would think that you'd have an edge at home a little bit, Jaden. No.
Yeah, I mean, you would think so. But Coach was telling us this past weekend, he was like, if you go off the road and you split with them, that's a success. So that's just something. And I honestly think like just like the travel thing, like we went on a plane, all the memories we made, I think that just honestly helps us a lot. We just have a lot more fun when we're traveling, going new places.
Sure.
Especially when we do like team bonding, like we literally just went to Gardelli in San Francisco. It was super fun.
The chocolate.
Yeah.
factory?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We munched down.
Wow.
It
Just
was
for the
delicious.
viewers.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all of us here all know chocolate very well.
But I just think we just have a lot more fun, especially just traveling, having fun. But we do need a transfer at home. That would be a great time.
Yeah, so Kevin, I see they've got they got a home and home with them, and then they've got this team called Ottawa University they go to. Talk about, speaking of road games.
Crosstowners.
Crosstowners.
Yeah.
How about
that's
that,
real
Claire?
Suspicious.
You've already beat them twice this season. I know
Yeah.
you don't want to look past Park. Of course, you got four.
Right.
You got
Right.
you've got 4 doubleheaders with them, but then Ottawa's coming up.
Right.
What do you make of Ottawa?
You know, there's just something about rivalry week. I don't know what it is. You just get fired up and you kind of want to win the state, I guess. Especially, yeah, like it's us and them in Arizona. So just kind of get in that state title in a sense, I guess is a good way to put it. But, you know, we just go out there, play our game, continue just to look at the nameless faces and just continue just to be us. And I think we'll be just fine the rest of the season. Yeah.
Do the other teams ever get nasty with you, or do you ever see anything that's kind of like, I don't like how she operates, or I'm just curious if do you ever, because you guys are all so bubbly and have a great time with one another. You're like, all right, when the push comes to shove, is somebody going to be pushing and shoving over here, or is everything just going to be, you know, ring around the rosies all the time?
Ring around the rosies. I'm all love.
I think like there's, I don't even remember what game it was, what team it was. I have no idea. But there was like, I don't remember the full situation, but you kind of just felt this sense of like Vin Diesel, and he was just like, you know, and he's like, family, like this is my family. That's exactly what it was like. Like we were just like, you come after us, we're gonna, you know, protect one another. And I think
this has got to be a Fast and Furious reference.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So,
What are we at? Fast and Furious 13 right now? Where are we
yeah,
at?
that's
10
right.
or 11 or?
Who knows? But I feel like we love each other so much, and like we want to, like, fight for one another,
Okay.
and that carries